Hello guys, welcome to the Begin the Basic YouTube channel. Today we discuss about some PMP questions regarding scope creep. Question number 1. Which of the following statements best describes scope creep in project management? A. Scope creep is a positive sign of project success, indicating that stakeholders are actively engaged and providing valuable feedback. B. Scope creep occurs when the project team increases the project scope to meet additional requirements identified during the project execution. C. Scope creep is a change management process used to control and manage project changes effectively. D. Scope creep is only concerned in traditional project management approaches and does not apply to agile projects. Answer for the question number 1 is B. Scope creep occurs when the project team increases the project scope to meet additional requirements identified during the project execution. Explanation. Scope creep refers to the uncontrolled or unauthorized expansion of a project's scope beyond its original boundaries. It often occurs when new requirements, features, or deliverables are introduced during project execution without appropriate change control. Scope creep can lead to project delays, cost overruns, and challenges in meeting project objectives. Managing scope creep requires a robust change control process to assess and approve any changes to the project scope to ensure alignment with project goals and avoid unintended consequences. Question number 2. During a project's execution phase, the project team identifies additional functionalities that were not part of the original project scope. These functionalities are considered crucial for meeting the client's needs. What is the appropriate action for the project manager to take in this situation? A. Proceed with incorporating the additional functionalities into the project scope without any changes to the project schedule or budget. B. Conduct a detailed impact analysis to assess the implications of incorporating the additional functionalities on the project's schedule, budget, and resources. C. Ignore the additional functionalities since they were not initially part of the project scope. D. Seek approval from the project sponsor to incorporate the additional functionalities without conducting an impact analysis. Answer for the question number 2 is B. Conduct a detailed impact analysis to assess the implications of incorporating the additional functionalities on the project's schedule, budget, and resources. Explanation. Scope changes that arise during the execution phase should be handled through a formal change control process. The appropriate action for the project manager is to conduct a detailed impact analysis to assess how incorporating the additional functionalities will affect the project's schedule, budget, and resource requirements. By conducting this analysis, the project manager can make informed decisions and present the findings to the project sponsor and stakeholders for approval before proceeding with any scope changes. Ignoring the additional functionalities or incorporating them without proper analysis can lead to scope creep and negatively impact the project's success. Question number 3. During the project's execution phase, the project team identifies a change in scope that involves adding new features to the product. The change is requested by a key stakeholder who insists on its immediate implementation. However, the project is already behind schedule and over budget. What should the project manager do in this situation? A. Implement the requested change immediately to satisfy the key stakeholder. even if it leads to further delays and increased costs. B. Decline the change request to avoid further delays and additional costs, and explain the project's current constraints to the key stakeholder. C. Conduct a detailed impact analysis to assess the effects of implementing the change on project's schedule, budget, and resources, and present the findings to the key stakeholder. D. Seek approval from the project sponsor without conducting any impact analysis, as the key stakeholder's request must be prioritized. Answer for the question number 3 is C. Conduct a detailed impact analysis to assess the effects of implementing the change on the project's schedule, budget, and resources, and present the findings to the key stakeholder. Explanation. In this situation, the most appropriate action for the project manager is to conduct a detailed impact analysis to assess how implementing the requested change will affect the project's schedule, budget, and resources. This analysis will provide a clear understanding of the potential consequences of accommodating the change. The findings of the impact analysis should be presented to the key stakeholder to have an informed discussion about the implications of proceeding with the change request. Question number 4. During the project execution, the project team identifies a potential scope creep where a key stakeholder requests additional features that were not part of the original project scope. The team assesses the change request and determines that the new features align with the project's objectives and would provide significant value to the end users. However, implementing these features would extend the project schedule and exceed the initial budget. What should the project manager do next? A. Prioritize delivering the additional features to meet the stakeholders' request, even if it means extending the project schedule and exceeding the budget. B. Reject the change request to avoid any impact on the project schedule and budget if it is not part of the original scope. C. Collaborate with the key stakeholder to discuss the potential impact of implementing the additional features on the project's schedule, budget, and resources. D. Seek approval from the project sponsor to incorporate the additional features without conducting any impact analysis, as a value to end users overweighs any schedule and budget concerns. Answer for the question number 4 is C. Collaborate with the key stakeholder to discuss the potential impact of implementing the additional features on the project schedule, budget, and resources. Explanation. In this situation, the appropriate action for the project manager is to collaborate with the key stakeholder to discuss the potential impact of implementing the additional features on the project schedule, budget, and resources. While the features may provide significant value to end users, it is essential to understand the trade-offs involved in extending the project schedule and exceeding the initial budget. Simply prioritizing the additional features without considering the impact on schedule budget could lead to project delays and financial constraints. Rejecting the change request outright may not be the most customer-centric approach, as the new features may indeed add value to the project. Seeking approval from the project sponsor without conducting an impact analysis is not advisable, as the project sponsor should have a clear understanding of the potential implications before making a decision. Question number 5. During the project execution phase, the project team realizes that several new requirements and features need to be added to the project scope. These new additions were not part of the original scope, and the project is already near its deadline. What should the project manager do in this situation? A. Proceed with incorporating the new requirements and features into the project scope to meet stakeholder expectations, even if it leads to potential delays. B. Reject the new requirements and features to avoid any impact on project's timeline, as they were not part of the project scope. C. Conduct a thorough impact analysis to assess the effects of incorporating the new requirements and features on the project schedule and resources. D. Seek approval from the project sponsor without conducting any impact analysis, as the stakeholders are requesting the additional requirements and features. Answer for the question number 5 is C. Conduct a thorough impact analysis to assess the effect of incorporating the new requirements and features on the project schedule and resources. Explanation. In this situation, the most appropriate action for the project manager is to conduct a thorough impact analysis to assess how incorporating the new requirements and features will affect the project schedule and resources. This analysis will provide insights into the potential consequences of the adding scope at this late stage of the project.